everybody. Welcome to This Xbox Live, episode 273, looking to 2014. I'm your host, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me this week, as always, is my good buddy, Rob.
What's up, everybody? Also known as Presar on Xbox Live. Good to be here.
And we have a very special guest joining us this week. At the top of the window up there, you can see Mr. Bo.
Hey, good evening, group, also known as Vengeful Loki.
So some of you heard, you reckon you probably know him from, he was the one that accompanied me to the Xbox Tour event here in Arizona a little while back. And I think he's a little excited today to get on and talk about a very particular game that kind of took us by surprise at that tour event, and so now we've got our hands on it for real. So
For reals.
For reals, we're going to be talking about that. So I guess first thing first, Rob, everything sound good on the old audio check?
You betcha. You betcha.
Oh,
it sounded
awesome.
A-okay.
Man, I think we're figuring this thing out.
Oh, don't. Oh, you just jinxed it.
Boom. Yep,
The internet now is going to implode. I mean, we're not just going to drop our Skype chat and everything. The internet will implode.
Exactly. So, oh well, that's the way it is. So be sure to check our website, thisxboxlife.com, and also you can support our show. And I just want to say a big thank you because a lot of people are supporting us. But you can support us by shopping at Amazon.com. You can go to our website and click on the Amazon link. It'll take you directly to our affiliates page. Or you can go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon and bookmark that. So when you do your Amazon shopping, you will always be using our link. We do appreciate it. We see a lot of stuff coming in. And all I can say is at this point, we're about to the point where we're going to start being able to give stuff away. There's enough of you buying stuff. Like I said, we got to clear our costs, and we are almost there. We've almost caught our costs from you guys, and everything beyond that is all coming back to you guys.
It's all gravy.
It's all gravy, exactly. So, yeah, I'm thinking we're going to figure out what we're going to give away here pretty soon.
And, speaking of Amazon real quick, there's a pretty good sale on some stuff out there right now, at least for the Xbox One, let alone the 360 stuff, which is, there's always something on sale for the 360 on Amazon. But I saw a little news post earlier today that they've got a whole bunch of Xbox One titles for $49.99. So it's $10 off, and if you get the discs, you don't do digital distribution, definitely check them out because you can probably get them shipped for free and everything.
Right, especially if you're a Prime member. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, then you got it free for sure.
Yep. So. But okay, so good news. We had another giveaway, and if you guys recall last week, we gave you kind of a trivia. This one was a little bit harder. You didn't have to see anything in the video, but you did have to probably go and look something up. But it was super simple. I mean, I pulled this question because all I did was a wiki lookup. I looked at the Wikipedia page, and it was like in the first section. So, but the question was. Initially released in the arcades in 1994, the game Killer Instinct was rumored to use what hardware engine? And yeah, I think that was Ultra 64 was the answer we were looking for. And we got lots of correct answers, but we can only get one winner. And the random winner was, drum roll, Blessed. It's like B1ESSED. So Blessed is his first name's Jake. So congratulations, Jake. I will send you the code via Xbox Live tonight after we're done recording the show. This will unlock Killer Instinct on Xbox One with all characters unlocked. And again, thank you to Ty J for giving us that code, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
awesome. So. All right, before we get into what we've been playing, I got a little something special here. I want to show you this video, and and I forgot to put the Killer Instinct image up. So, Killer Instinct, yeah, new game for Xbox One. But I want to show you a little video. This was me playing Forza 5, and Christoph, a member of our community, was his Drivatar was in my game. And I'm just going to play this. Now, I originally went and captured this footage because I'm like, dude, he cut me off and spun me around, right? So I captured the footage, and then just before I posted it and I was all done, I was capturing, I looked at it, and I'm like, well, maybe it's my fault. So I posted it on our Facebook group. Some people said it was my fault. Other people said it was Christoph's fault. So we'll play it in the video here, let you guys see. So here we go. Let me cue that up somewhere here. Alright, I was gonna do this clip because I was gonna blame Christoph for hitting me, but when I watched the replay, I guess it is kind of my fault. You tell me what you think. So there you go. I don't know if you guys are getting a chance to see that in the on the Twitch feed, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it one more time here as we talk. But I cut him off. You know, I went on the inside curve, but he did catch me on that back corner. So I say it's my fault. But someone was saying in the group, well, I went on the inside and he should have backed off and given me the right of way because I passed him, but I think it's my fault. But so I can't really blame his Drivatar, but you know, I'm curious as what you guys think if you're watching that video. Rob?
I think you should first off be getting like a ticket just for driving a Talon, and then yeah, it's hard to say because I was just watching here on the Twitch feed, and there's a pretty substantial delay to it this week, which is kind of weird. But okay, here I'm watching it again.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean he was just coming through the turn right there, and you just got right in front of him. I mean it's purely all your fault.
What do you think, Bo? Is it my fault? I figured it is, but what do you think, Bo?
I'm not really going to make a comment on that one.
You can say it's my fault. I really, when I was playing, I was like, doggone that Avatar, Drivatar, Christoph, you jerk, you ran me off the road. And then, so I actually yelled, Xbox record that. And when the race was done, I came back and looked at it, and then I was like, well, maybe it wasn't his fault. Okay, I kind of hit him in the front corner, so. But I still love this game DVR thing and being able to do this. It's so cool. Even though
you can call people out on stuff.
Yeah, but next time I'm gonna call someone out, I better be right.
And you know what? I just noticed in the upper left corner it says "good pass."
Well, that's what someone was saying on the Facebook. They said I did say I had a good pass on him, so that's why they said it was his fault. So somebody's phone's ringing. Yeah, woo. So.
No, I actually just since I've seen it like 20 times in a row over here. So what basically happens is you guys are in the middle of that. What was that? Like an S curve or whatever they call that. So you go on the inside and then just like cut over to the other side right in front of him. So if he's just driving, you did basically whip out in front of him.
I know. It's definitely me. It's all me.
Yeah, it is definitely.
When I saw it, I was like, you know what? I want to post it anyways, just to have some fun. But it's awesome. Definitely me. He was all cool. So, and hey, we got another person from Arizona, watching in the Twitch feed. Hey there, welcome. I'm glad you're watching Twitch, and the two of us here are Arizona homies too, as well. So, welcome. But the next picture I got up here. You see this Xbox Life cars. I thought this was kind of cool. And the Dawn for Life was the community member that actually made this car, the black one. She had done a design, a TXL design on this car. And I actually had definitely used it and put it on my car. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is my car because I put that TXL bumper sticker like in the back there. I don't know if she did the same on hers. I don't recall, but I do believe this is my car with Christoph's TXL car right next to it. I thought that was a really cool shot that he sent us and or posted up on our Facebook group. So that's pretty cool. There's TXL being represented out in Forza 5. So keep it up, guys. That's awesome. We might have to send Christoph a little something just for representing us out there.
Yeah.
and Dawn. She
Oh, for
created
sure.
the ones I'm using. So, but that's cool, guys. If you guys got some cool Forza 5 stuff, shows off the TXL, take some screenshots and send them to us. We'll pop them up in the Facebook group and on the show. All right. So where are we? Where are we here? I guess we can jump into what we've been playing. So we'll start with Bo. What have you been playing this week?
Um, well, I've been playing a little known game called Max, uh, for the most part, and then of course Peggle 2 is still going strong, and there was one other Ghost, a little bit of Ghosts.
All right. How about you, Rob? Did you get any gaming in this week?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I did fire up Max. I think it was the day or the day after it came out. Very very pleased with that game. Are we going to talk about it later? Or should
Yes,
we?
we are. Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Okay. So I won't say much then. So there was Max. I did get Walking Dead season 2, episode 1, and I did complete that. And wow. Yeah, it's it's the Walking Dead that we know and love. There was a post on our Facebook group where one of the members mentioned that it was more tense. That is for sure. The whole thing is tense. One thing that kind of surprised me was initially I wasn't sure if it was going to be in the same program per se, like it would just be another episode that showed up. So, first off, I booted up Walking Dead, and then I tried to see if it was in there. I did a refresh and all, and it wasn't. So then I went and I downloaded the new application. It was about 900 meg download, and the storyline was awesome. It was a little weird at first, not playing as Lee, just because you're so used to playing as Lee for if you played the first game. But that lasted not even probably 5 minutes because immediately you're all full of anxiety and you're all nervous about what's going on. And I mean, it wasted no time. It wasted absolutely no time. And, just where you think you're kind of in a good place, they pull the rug out from under you and you're in chaos. And that's how the rest of the game was. And there was a decision right at the end. So I tried to play this game a little bit differently, and I'm trying to purposely not give a lot of details because I don't want to spoil this game. Because if you talk about this game, you spoil the game for somebody else. So maybe we'll wait a couple episodes or something like that, or mid-season or whatnot to talk about it. Or yeah,
I'll put a hurting on you because I haven't even downloaded this yet. Believe it or not.
Yeah, and I saw this game. I played it a little bit different because the first game I really started off trying to be kind of neutral. I tried to be everybody's buddy. Do you know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
I tried not to upset people. I tried to do what was right for like everybody. And this game, it's really like you try to make a good decision, but if there's any risk at all with person X, you go another direction. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think that they're bit, you go. It's like you move in the other direction, you abandon them, you don't waste your time. So I kind of went that way. And it was really interesting where in the last decision of the game, you have to choose between these two people. And there's one that's kind of a screw up and one that is kind of like a person that you know is a good person that makes good decisions, and something happened that created a little bit of doubt as to what their status was, and I went the opposite direction without even thinking. I'm like, no, I'm not even going to risk, if he's bit or whatever. And then the game ended right away, and I regretted it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Because I'm now stuck with this dude that's kind of a schmo. And you don't trust him. I mean, and it's like you really want to be with that other person, but they're dead now. And it's just fantastic. I did also want to mention that. Bo, did you play? You didn't play this, right? Either.
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, so one thing about the game that really surprised me was that it was not smooth. It was very jerky. The graphics were upgraded. I mean, there's definitely a difference between last season and this season. I mean, they did some engine upgrades, probably better textures, who knows what else. And it's a prettier looking game by far, but it just was not smooth. And there was a couple of spots where you had to basically, fight off zombies, for example, and you had to dodge left, dodge right. You had to do all these button combinations, and things just weren't registering because the game would like pause for half a second and it would just throw everything off. It's like, you jog to the left and then it just sits there, and the next thing you know, the zombie's on top of you. It just, I don't know if it's just the initial release, maybe some bugs that they've got that they need to work out, but I was really kind of disappointed by that a little bit. It didn't detract from the game a whole lot. It did make the game a little more aggravating in those times where you had to complete the stunts or whatever. But it only maybe had you do it a couple more times than what you normally would. But fantastic. I'm glad it's back. Now I'm ready for The Wolf Among Us episode 2. That's the one that's going to keep me going for a little while. I wish they would stagger them. So, you got Walking Dead, and then a couple weeks later you got Wolf Among Us, and then that way you don't need to wait too long in between the releases. So, go ahead.
It's interesting. You realize this is the first time you've played something all the way through before me.
No, there was something else I remember that I played. It was maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't even downloaded this game, and I know it's there, and I'm not sure. I got to ask you guys. I obviously, Rob, you went back to the 360. Bo, do you feel the need, or this is a game I love, the first season of Walking Dead. I have not gone and bought this game, and I have not played it this past week. And even though Max came out, I was looking forward to this, but I've been sitting here going, well, do I really want to buy it because it's on Xbox 360? For some reason, I've never had two consoles like this of the same, like a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3, or a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo, whatever. I've never had two generations of the same console in my house. Right. So now it's I kind of feel like I really don't want to play on my 360, and I'm not sure why. And I have not gone and bought Walking Dead because it's not on Xbox One. Bo, what do you find yourself in a kind of similar situation, or it doesn't matter to you, or what?
Well, I got rid of my 360, so a little easier for me. There are definitely some games out there, and had the X1 not come out, it wouldn't be an issue. I mean, we were happy with the 360. There's nothing wrong with still supporting that platform, but for me at least, moving forward.
So what do you think, Rob? Am I just being... I mean, it's weird. I can't explain why I really don't want to go and spend money on the 360, because I hardly ever boot it up now. I just don't. I booted it up once to watch the VGX because it wasn't working on the one.
Right.
And I booted it today just to make sure I grabbed that Shoot Many Robots. But I downloaded it and I never played it, so... I don't know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I really wish that it was out on the Xbox One. I'm surprised that it isn't, but it's not really keeping me from going back to it, especially with my setup. I've got dual monitors at home on my computer, and I've basically got my 360 on the left monitor, and then my right monitor is my Xbox One. So I can actually have both up and running simultaneously. And I think actually while it was downloading, I think I was playing. Was I playing Max? I was doing something on Xbox One while it was downloading. However, as soon as it was done, I did go back to the Xbox One. It's I've kind of got what you're saying, just a little bit. It just you're in the new ecosystem. You've been there for a while, and it's kind of like where you want to stay.
Yeah, man, that's like I boot up my 360 and I'm like, I'll look away, I'll go do something, I'll come back and it's still booting up and I'm like, come on, man. Where the one is just like I walk in and bam, it's on. I mean, everything is on and ready to go, and it's like, so now it's like I'm sitting here going, well, I don't want to wait the 2 to 3 minutes to boot the thing up, and I don't know. It's so stupid. I'm like, and I've never experienced it. It's just like, why do I want it? Why do I not? Why have I not played this game? It's something that I really loved the first round. We were looking forward to it, and now it's out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's on. It's like, 360. I don't need it. But
Oh yeah,
and it is weird when I pick up my one controller. Okay, and that's what I've been using for quite a while now. But then I pick up the 360 controller, which looks the same. I should have grabbed the white one. But I never realized how small the bumper buttons are. Until you pick up a 360 one, you're like, wow, those were really small. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's like,
yeah,
yeah, I felt as I played, I'm like, when I first got the one, I'm like, yeah, the controller's nice and everything, but then it's like, I like the 360, but now that I go back, then it's like, wow, this thing is. I really like the Xbox One controller. It truly has been improved in so many ways that I didn't even know needed to be improved. So that's kind of cool. But I'll probably play Walking Dead this week. Hopefully
you
I'll
will.
get some time over the. I doubt it, but I'm gonna try to find some time over Christmas here and get that game played. So,
Yeah,
but all right.
and I can tell you, Clementine goes through a lot.
I don't know if I want to see what she
There,
goes through. Like that might just be brutal, but
they definitely played on some of the stuff back
the
from
first.
season one.
All right.
Some traumatic stuff from back then, yeah. And there's this one guy that I know. I sent him a message on Twitter. I'm like, did you play this thing? He was very disturbed. He was. I'll talk about it when we talk about the show. I won't actually even mention a tiny bit of what he was disturbed about because
All
that'll
right.
give it away. I mean, there's some surprising stuff where it's like, what they didn't.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. And
All
then you're like,
right.
give me more.
All right, so I guess
Uh,
I'll go download it tonight. I'll go do that tonight. And
yeah, and it wasn't very long. It was actually,
they never are. They're like 2 to 3 hours.
yeah, I'd say it's probably closer to 2.
Okay.
But it actually went by fairly quick, and I think this is the first time I played one in one sitting.
Oh wow.
Where normally I would just take like a little break and finish it within a day or so, but this is one sitting.
Okay.
I think I started it around 11 and I finished it early morning.
Did you just buy the season pass?
No, not yet, but I definitely will. I'd figure I'll just buy it when episode 2 comes out.
Okay.
Why give them money in advance? And then I saw, so there was also a problem with Max, where,
Well, we're going to talk about Max.
yeah,
We'll talk about the goods and the bads here. It's almost like the second to last topic we talk about Max.
yeah, all right, fine.
So hold on.
And-
Hold on to it.
And I did play Peggle just briefly, and partly that was because of the problem with Max.
Alrighty.
So that's about it.
Okay. Well, I played Peggle.
Okay,
2.
show's over. I'm done talking.
No, it's my turn. I played Peggle 2. I've also played Rise. I finally did complete the campaign to Rise, and I did send that game back to GameFly. That was an excellent story. I really did enjoy that game, and I thought, even though the ending sequence was kind of strange, I still really liked it. It was a really cool game. I really enjoyed it. Repetitive, yes, but it was still a very good story, very fun to play through. It was challenging at the end. They did ramp it up. So It was good. I had a good time. And of course, I played Max the Curse of Brotherhood. So we are going to talk about this game a little bit later in the show because there's some good things to talk about and there's some bad things to talk about. So we're gonna be honest as we always are. So even with something we love, we're gonna talk about what we didn't love about it. So let's go ahead and jump into our topics. I know Bo's going to lead us off here with some achievement discussion. So what do you got, Bo?
Well, one of the things that we tend to migrate towards are the gamer achievements for the games, and I've been checking out some of the other apps on the Xbox One, specifically Amazon, and you had mentioned there was a series that I should watch, based off a question on achievements on how to get them, and so I got hooked on a new series called Justified.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I seven episodes in a row marathon without a break. So, but I see all these things popping up, and they're not, they're not contributing to the actual gamer score, but they're still pretty cool. Saying, you've watched 5 dramas before the end of the year, or whatever it is. That just a whole bunch of achievements that you can get from other apps that I think are as fun as getting the gamer score apps or achievements as well.
Now, did you what do you think? What's your thought on these achievements? Because they don't count as points, so they're just like the challenges. They call them an achievement, but they're all 0 points for these apps. Do you think that that's kind of lame, or like they copped out, or do you think we should be getting points for these?
I think they've gone the politically correct way of saying you're wasting a lot of time sitting on the couch. Uh, you know, I don't know. It's just something entertaining about seeing a message pop up on the screen saying congratulations, you've achieved something else for doing nothing.
You've just watched 50 hours of TV. Congratulations, here's nothing.
Exactly.
So, do you find yourself using applications to get these 0 point achievements?
Um, no, only because I don't have enough time to do everything I want to do. I'm finding this generation's game. Maybe it's because I'm older. I don't know, but this generation's games are a little bit more frustrating, more difficult, more of a challenge. And as you said, we'll talk about Max in a minute, but it's not turning out to be the little kids game that you think it is just by the imagery. And
Yes.
so I've bounced from Peggle to Max to Dead Rising to a bunch of different games, and I'm finding that when I get frustrated watching TV and still getting a message saying, "Hey, you're hanging in there with us," I like that.
Nice.
Oh, alrighty. Yeah, it's interesting. I do know that I watched, like with Amazon. I did watch one of their beta. No, what was it? Not beta. No, their special program. What is it called?
Status.
Well, there was a show called Betas. There was another one called Alpha Males, I think. But there was the achievement is watching an original program so it's an Amazon original. And I did find I actually watched one of those half-hour shows just to get the 0 point achievement. I'm like, why? Why did I waste a half hour? Because I wasn't even interested in the show. I'm not watching the rest of the show. But I don't know. I guess that's kind of the way they kind of hook you in there. But the Amazon ones are easy to get. In fact, I got them all really relatively quick because I do watch streaming stuff on Amazon. And I know I made a couple other recommendations to you for some shows. And I'm just going to shout a couple of these out for anybody that is watching the Amazon streaming app and you want some programs to watch. Justified is now gone. Justified is on there. I think it's all but the last season is free. And you might want to set your DVRs if you do like the show because the new season is about to start, I think, here in January. Sons of Anarchy, all seasons except season 6, which is the one that just ended, which was, oh my gosh, fantastic. You want to talk about jaw-dropping season finales? I was blown away, almost just shock, grotesque, couldn't believe what I was seeing type of thing. Sons of Anarchy is a fabulous show. If you can get yourself through like season 2, I think it was season 2 or 3 was really pretty horrible, but they did redeem themselves and they are just killing it every season. Both of those are excellent shows you can watch on Amazon Prime, instant streaming. What was a couple others I told you about?
The Canadian SWAT team.
Oh yeah. Flashpoint.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a really good TV show. I think there's 4 seasons of it out there. It's Canadian SWAT team, really good show. I really like that. And Falling Skies is a really good one too.
Oh yeah.
That's available on there. So there's a couple ideas if you don't know what to watch, you want to watch some TV or and you're an Amazon Prime customer, check out some of those shows. And if you guys got any suggestions, you can sound off in our Facebook group on things you guys might think that other people might want to see. So,
And I think these are just appetizers to get us prepared for the programming that's coming out next year.
I just think that there should be some kind of achievements to some of these, because like one of them, like the Fox program, they're like, watch 100 hours of programming. Why? You know what I mean? I know if they gave points out, people would definitely use it. You know, I think the fact that it's really worthless. I don't know if people are gonna work towards that, but.
Well, Amazon, they could actually down the road next year, it's a possibility of there's 0 points now, but after so many hours of watching their app, maybe you get a gift card or a code for a percentage off ordering through Amazon.
Yes, great idea. And you know what? I got to mention, Bo and I talked about what did we talk about recently? And that's good. I'm glad you brought it up because that will probably happen now because we're on a roll, Bo. We talked about we wanted an update. You said you wanted an update before Christmas. You got it. I said last week I wanted Max. We got it. So now we want gift cards for watching Amazon streaming on the Xbox One. We want Amazon gift cards. So there you go. It's going to happen in 2014. So you heard it here first, folks. All right.
Yes.
So, all right.
And-
So, go ahead,
And,
Rob.
I just wanted to add one thing I was thinking about when you were talking about where you watch that show for that achievement. So that free achievement basically bought more than millions of dollars worth of advertising ever could. Because they could have, put like millions of dollars worth of, TV, prints, whatever advertising in front of you. Never would have watched it. But they do a little achievement and boom, you're there.
Well, you know what? One thing, though, that they've accomplished is on that Fox Now app, I did go ahead and download it because I've started watching the TV show called Almost Human, which is a new series that just came out this past fall.
You're watching the U.S. version, right?
What do you mean? I didn't know there was...
It's British. It's a British show that they brought over. Like The
really?
Office. Yeah.
Almost Human, the cop show with the robots?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
I didn't
sure.
know that. So, yes, I'm watching the U.S. version.
Yes, I
and
thought
it's a
so.
fantastic show. I really like it. And it's available to watch on Fox Now. So I had actually had a couple episodes of DVR that I was behind, and I'm like, well, let me watch it on the Xbox One. And so I did, but what happens is now there's commercials in there. And it's a bit more of a challenge. You can fast forward, but when you're streaming something, it's not as easy to... as your DVR, it's a lot easier. You hit the button like 6 times to skip forward, and bam, you're almost perfect. You can skip that 3 minutes worth of commercials just right. But when you're streaming, then I ended up like, well, it's more hassle trying to fast forward. Nope, I went too far. Then you go back. Nope, then you're still watching commercials. So I ended up just watching the commercials. There's not as many, but they're still there. And so I ended up watching commercials where normally on my DVR I wouldn't. So... So I don't plan to watch the Fox Now app anymore. I'll stick to my DVR, but
Yeah.
and I did find that one like doesn't work. That's like the only program I can watch. So when I go into like one of the other programs, like we'll just say Family Guy, I can't watch even the most current version because it comes up when I click on it. It says to click here to review or to activate for all episodes, but DirecTV is not an authorized provider, so I can't watch any other of the shows. But Almost Human, I was able to watch, so I don't know, but I'll just stick to watching my DVR. So.
Oh, and by the way, that the British show is actually Being Human, not Almost Human. I confused that.
Okay.
Oh, and on a side note, this is something that I used the other day when I was on my business trip. There's a website that's pretty sweet. It's called Can I Stream It? It's canistream.it. You look for a show, and it'll tell you what service it's available on, and it searches iTunes and Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Just a little side note.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move into your story there, Rob.
Yes, sir. All right. So, Plants versus Zombies, Garden Warfare. There's a new mode that was revealed called Gardens and Graveyards. No, wait. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Gardens and Graveyards.
Mm-hmm.
The mode is called...
That's it.
Oh, yeah. So it is Garden. Oh, hello. All right. Gardens and Graveyards. So there was a nice little interview that was done on Major Nelson's website in regards to it. And he was talking, or they were talking with Brian Lindsay, the producer, and they were asking a little bit about the game. So essentially, the new mode we're showing off is called Gardens and Graveyards. It's a mix between Battlefield's Rush and Conquest modes, intertwined with some tower defense elements similar to the original Plants vs. Zombies, supporting up to 24 players per session. They say the setup's pretty simple. Zombies have a limited amount of time to try to capture the garden bases and turn them into graveyards. These garden bases will be defended and fortified by the Plants team. But if the zombies manage to capture a base, they can use the newly captured graveyard as their base, and the battle shifts to a new objective at a different location on the map. The maps in Gardens and Graveyards are quite large in scale, and as the battle progresses through the different base objectives, the scenery and action gets crazier and crazier. And there's a video of this thing. It's I don't know what to make of it. Did you guys see the video?
Yeah, we're watching
Of
it
them
now.
playing? Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. I was looking at this thing. I'm like, it does look nice, but seriously, it's like cheesy. But I'm sure everybody's gonna love it. It's one of those like weird, quirky looking things that I think is kind of going to be a hit.
I think it's going to be a hit. I think it'll be
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
fun. Although what scares me is when they say it's like Battlefield, and it's like, maybe I don't want the game.
Yeah,
I hope it works better than Battlefield 4 did.
it's like Battlefield on a Wii. Whoa! Don't say that. But
I think it's something that's going to be fun. I think it'll depend on what they price this thing at. If it's a $20 game, then I'll be on it. If they want
Yeah.
$50, $60, then I'll be like, no thanks. So
Absolutely, it definitely looks like something that really doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very cartoony in look, and it's a lot different than it ever would have looked like in Battlefield.
well, yeah. I mean,
So-
you're a pea pod running around spitting peas out at zombies. I mean, of course it's quirky. It doesn't take itself
Yeah.
seriously. So,
Absolutely.
what do you think, Bo? Is this something that interests you?
Well, I'm watching the video. It definitely depends on the price point. I've found out that Peggle at what was it, $12?
Yeah.
Max at 15. Those are great price points. That Angry Birds at 50 or 60, not a chance.
Right.
if this is in that under $20 range, which seems to be the sweet spot, then absolutely, I could get $20 worth out of it.
Yeah, it's hard to pay $50 for Angry Birds Star Wars on Xbox One when Angry Birds Star Wars 2 is free on the App Store right now this week. So it's like I just got it free on my wife's iPad and on my iPhone because I just grabbed it because it was free. But my kids will love to play it. So, but yeah, $50, no, thank you. So hopefully this will be. I'm hoping this is more of a $15 title, and not much more than that, but. They may go off that Plants vs. Zombies, love affair that people have with it, and I can see it that being a $50 title since that's what they did with Angry Birds. So I'm a little concerned. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with it.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, Dead Rising is getting some new DLC, and we talked about this last week, I believe, but it has been delayed. So Capcom, see I'm pulling a Rob now, Capcom has announced that Operation Broken Eagle, the first DLC episode for Xbox One's Zombie Smasher Dead Rising 3, best game on Xbox One, has been pushed back to January 21st. This will add new content to the massive open world of Los Perdidos. Is a major undertaking, and to ensure we provide the best possible experience for players, we are putting a few additional weeks of polish and testing into the episode before it's released. An announcement from Capcom spokesperson read, they say, stay tuned for additional updates. The first DLC episode was originally due on Christmas Eve, so now we're going to push it back a month. I'm glad about this, actually, because I know that Christmas Eve Halo Spartan Assault also comes out. So then I don't have to grab two games, on the same day. So it kind of stretches it out a little bit. And we've got, kind of a gap here with not a lot coming out until next February. So I'm kind of not too worried or upset that this is being pushed, even though this is a fantastic game. So, but it'll give me a chance to take a break from it, play some of this other stuff that's coming out, and then go back to it. This Operation Broken Eagle is going to follow Spec Ops Commander Adam Kane, who is on the lookout for the missing president of the United States. This episode adds some new base weapons, one new combo weapon, an additional vehicle, and some fresh threads to the game. It's the first of 4 planned DLC episodes that are part of a Dead Rising 3's $30 season pass. So that will be out January 21st.
All right. The Xbox Video app is now live for Windows Phone 8. This is something that you Windows Phone people can download to your phones and get it up and running. There's, standard definition is the only thing that it can handle right now. Hopefully that's going to change in the future. And so you can enjoy your content on yet another platform. In addition, with the Xboxes, Windows 8, and now Windows Phone. Watch those movies.
Yeah, exactly. Get those 0-point achievements, right? I wonder if those achievements for that. So
Probably.
maybe. All right. Last week, I think I talked about this about Rise. I put Rise in. It had like a 3 gig update, and I wasn't sure why. But I found out that there has been some free game updates to the game. So Rise Son of Rome, you can experience the free game update to the Gladiator mode, and this includes 2 new level events. In addition, the first add-on pack for Gladiator mode, the Colosseum pack, is available, adding 2 new character skins, 2 new arenas, where you'll spill your foe's blood and grow your legacy. So the free game update adds new content to Gladiator mode. So this is going to introduce the following 2 new level events. It says, as you slay barbarians in the arena, 2 new level events will occur randomly across a variety of maps. And let me replay that. Will occur randomly across a variety of maps. In the first, a new enemy turret will appear and bombard your gladiator with deadly arrows until destroyed. In the second, reward statues of Roman deities will emerge from the sands and can be activated as a one-time bonus to boost your gladiator's health or focus. New arenas and gladiator skins are available with the costume pack or the Coliseum pack. This costs they're available for $3.99 through the marketplace, or they are part of the season pass. So there's 2 new arenas, Henge and Ascension. Henge tasks gladiators with seizing an ancient forest shrine from hordes of barbarians and securing it for Rome, while Ascension combatants must fight their way through burning embers of Hades' lair up to the lavish surface. And then, of course, you get the Commodus or Centurion skins. So that's what's available in that new update. That is all. Rob, I think you're muted, buddy.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
there you are.
So ID at Xbox is the independent developer platform that Microsoft has launched for the Xbox One. They talked about the first batch of games arriving in early 2014. Now they're kind of saying that the first batch will be closer to the 3rd month, meaning March. And when they say that, they probably mean March-ish. Because that's something that I don't think Microsoft can really affect too much. Because if the third-party developer doesn't have a game ready, it's just not ready. So we're looking at March, possibly for our first releases on there. Earlier this month, they did, maybe like 3 weeks ago, they released a list of over 30 different developers that were participating in this program. A bunch of them are, pretty well-known developers. A surprising one is Crytek, considering that they do, full-on retail games. They're also in this, so it's kind of like a double hook for them. And there's a bunch of other names, like the guys that did Fruit Ninja, Double Fine, and so forth. So look for those in about 3-4 months or so. Back at you, my friend.
All right. Well, we heard about Xbox Entertainment Studios, and that's the new TV studios, if you will, that's being brought up to speed through Xbox. But Xbox Entertainment Studios has announced an original documentary series that will debate. Oh man, we're just BJ bloopering all over the place today. Neither one of us can talk.
That's because he's in the chat.
Yeah, see, it's coming across to us. So
It's that karma.
But this, so Xbox Entertainment Studios announced an original documentary series that will debut exclusively in October in 2014. And you got to give me a moment. I have to take this. Can you take this story, Rob?
Sure, absolutely. After I open it here. All right. So since I really wasn't paying attention to what Mark was saying, I'm just going to start over from the beginning. So Xbox Entertainment Studios are debuting a documentary series exclusively on the Xbox. Did I say Sony? I meant Xbox Entertainment if I said Sony. If I didn't, okay. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. It seems to be one of those days. So they announced an original documentary series that's going to debut on the Xbox in 2014. It's going to be done by Simon Chin, which is an award-winning producer. He did Searching for Sugar Man and Man on Wire. And then also a producer, Jonathan Chin, which does FX's 30 Days and PBS's American High. And through their media company called Lightbox.
That's as far as you got.
Yeah, because I started over because I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying because I was looking at my next story.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was an important call, and it turned out to be not. So my apologies. So you want me to take it back?
Sure. Why don't you start over?
No,
so we can do it a third time.
No way. Our collaboration with Xbox offers an unparalleled opportunity to make a unique series of films, around the extraordinary events and characters that have given rise to the digital age, said Simon Chin. Our goal is to produce a series of compelling and entertaining docs which will deploy all the narrative techniques of Simon's and my previous work. It's particularly exciting to be partnering with filmmakers like Zach Penn, who come to this process from other filmmaking disciplines and who will bring their own distinctive creative visions to this one, added Jonathan Chin. So Jonathan and Simon are the perfect team to spearhead this series for Xbox. They are consummate storytellers, and they plan to match their creative sensibilities with the best talent in the industry, commented Xbox Entertainment Studios president Nancy Tellem. These stories will expose how the digital revolution created a global democracy of information, entertainment, and commerce, and how it impacts our lives every day. So, I gotta ask: does this sound like their first show is going to be something that's just mind blowing and awesome?
I don't know.
Don't you think it's kind of built up to be that way?
Yeah.
So, would you be surprised if I told you that the very first show that they're going to do is going to be the very first... I'm sorry, let me just read it because I can't even say it. The first film in the groundbreaking series investigates the events surrounding the great video game burial of 1983. The Atari Corporation, faced with overwhelmingly negative response to the video game E.T. the Extraterrestrial, buried millions of unsold game cartridges in the middle of the night in the small town of Alamogordo, New Mexico. Hey, I used to live there. So
maybe you lived on an ET burial mound.
Maybe. So yeah, I mean, you read this and it's like, wow, they're going to do all this stuff and it's going to be cool, and these guys are storytellers, and they're going to talk about burying Atari 2600 cartridges in the desert. I'm like, what? Are you guys excited?
I actually had that game.
Yeah. I remember it well.
So did you guys bury your copies, or did you actually play through?
No, I played it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I actually never had an Atari. I played a friend's.
You didn't have a 2600?
No, I had an Odyssey 2. I wanted an Atari, but my dad came home with an Odyssey 2. Supposedly it was better.
You weren't one of the cool kids.
No, but everybody I knew had it, and so I just basically went to their house to play. And then when I got home, I got to play something different.
There you go.
Which is maybe best of both worlds. Who knows?
That's
Back
true.
then.
Well, anyways, this shooting will begin in January. The series will air exclusively on Xbox One and Xbox 360 in 2014, and will be available globally in all markets where Xbox Live is supported. So, yay! The story behind the burial of E.T.
Yeah.
So that I'm like, man, I hope they do better than stuff like this, because I mean, I'll watch it just because it's going to be like the first show that they do, and I hope it's interesting. I'm kind of curious to hear about this story, but I'm like, this is not the type of stuff I was expecting from this Xbox Entertainment Studio. So I hope they got something more than buried cartridges up their sleeves. So we will see.
Yep. So Electronic Arts is in a little bit of a legal jam, I guess, over some Battlefield 4 stuff. There's a couple of law firms that have launched investigations and class action lawsuits against Electronic Arts. In particular, with Battlefield 4, where they're trying to uncover if the company misled investors on what was going on with Battlefield 4 and on the game's impact on company revenue. And they're basically saying that investors who lost more than $200,000 between July and December of this year, you have until February 17th, 2014 to contact the law firms and, get yourself put on that class action lawsuit. And they're basically saying that EA violated the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 by not disclosing the game's multitude of issues before release, where then investors weren't able to make a informed decision about their money. And of course, EA did not, you know, or EA stock declined sharply following the announcement, and future DICE projects will be put on hold. Oh, wait. Hello. EA stock declined sharply following the announcement that future DICE projects would be put on hold until Battlefield 4 was fixed. And yeah, oh, poor EA. All those server issues and now legal issues. Can't they do anything right?
It's they're not the voted worst company in America for 2 years running for no reason. I think they're trying for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll see them in that contest again.
Yes.
So I thought the interesting thing about that was, which I don't know if it's going to hold water, but you were reading about how they didn't divulge the problems, beforehand or whatever. What game comes out doesn't have issues?
No,
And
for
I'm
sure.
not trying to stick up for EA, and I'm not sticking up for Battlefield, but I'm just saying, every game that comes out does have issues when they first come out. I mean, Battlefield, I think at this point shouldn't be having as much as it has because of a lot of these things have always been there. They don't seem to fix them or correct them, and they've got the money to do it. So it would be nice to see a game like this that would come out and not have as many issues as it does. But again, it is a pretty big game. There's a lot to it, but I don't think it's that big of a leap over what the previous game was. Visually it looks good, and I know there's little things, but for the basic gameplay and stuff, I think it should be working by now. You'd think they'd have it figured out. But to say for lawyers to come in and say people are losing money, investors are losing money because you didn't divulge issues that you knew there were, well, how many other companies do the same thing? I mean, how often do we say, hey, we're just beta testing this when you buy it right out the gate? So I don't know if that's really going to hold water and go very far.
Yep.
Any thoughts there, Bo? You're awful quiet.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with it, but that's kind of goes back a little bit earlier in the year when Microsoft got into a little bit of hot water regarding releasing games and charging for the updates. That they just wanted a game with minimal issues when it was released. And here's an example of EA. Look at the whole Tiger Woods franchise for the last 10 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same game over and over and no improvements. So, maybe at this point, EA is going to be forced to deliver a game at the beginning that people want to play and, not release betas.
Yeah. So, well, I guess we'll see. There's 3 lawsuits, and nothing's been done on the consumer side. This is all going for the investors and stuff. So, we'll see if a consumer class action lawsuit finds its way there too. But I don't know. The people I know that play the game, I mean, I've heard some things that they're not happy with, but none of them have been screaming, freaking out. Wanting to burn down the EA headquarters or anything. No one seems to be really upset about it. I do know there's another EA title that came out, Need for Speed Rivals, that I've seen people say every time they earn something, they'll come back to the game and everything they earned is gone again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of makes me wonder. I was planning to get Need for Speed Rivals here after Christmas, but do I really want to do that if everything else is on hold to fix this game? I mean, I know it's a different development studio, so that studio should still be working towards fixing Need for Speed. But again, it's another EA title, and it does kind of make you think, well, what is going on with all these EA games where they have a constant loss of, you're losing your data, you're losing the gameplay. You want to play games to have fun. Lose yourself in them, get away, step out of reality if you want to have fun and do things that you can't actually do. Obviously, I'm not going to cut the corner on Christoph and smash into his car in real life, so you can have fun with that in the video game world. We're not, some people out there are in the helicopters and sniping people while they're cruising over Iraq or Afghanistan, but not all of us get to do that, so we get to pretend. So the last thing I want to do is spend all these hours pretending to do something, pulling off some cool stuff, and then you come back the next day and go, oh, it's all gone. Just wiped out your whole experience. It's like, what's the point of that?
Yep.
So I think that's the frustrating part, but hopefully maybe these lawsuits will help push EA to get better quality control. I guess that's all as gamers. Other than that, the only thing we can do is speak with our wallets and stop giving money to publishers and developers that don't churn out a good product. So, or wait 6 months
Yeah,
until it works, then buy it.
that's right. After
And then you'll
their
probably get it half price.
multitude of patches, because Need for Speed Rivals was something that I was really kind of toying with getting, and just the other day when I was reading that series of posts on the Facebook group where they were talking about the issues with it, I'm like, I don't want to go through that. I'm not going to drop the money and have issues. I want a game that I can play and not just replay. It's basically like living Groundhog Day. Remember that movie with
Yes.
Bill Murray? It's like living Groundhog Day in a game, and it's like, okay, I want to relive this